that before we start, I think that your story is outstanding. I just feel like you have such a great story, and I feel like you have grit and you are a survivor, but not in a bad way. Not like you truly have done this with your head held high. I just want people to know you and people to know that behind all of this, there's this warm person that cares for others. There are not many people out there. You do sell product and you do have things to do scheduled, and you have to make this work. A girl's gotta eat, like people say.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you care.
Yeah. That's
Because your name is out there. Because your name is on this. Your name is on that living room that you just left behind. So that's why we're here, all right?
Well, and people are living in it and taking pictures there and creating memories there, and like that'll be like the surround. Like I'm the backdrop. I want to create the backdrop for these memories, you know. So yeah.
So okay, well let's start. So you decide to become a designer at 6 years old.
Yes.
And it's a memory that you have ingrained in you because you remember you remember the age. So
I remember the
tell me
age.
about
I
that.
remember like literally everything that we did that day. My parents have business, like a business in Mexico and Central America.
Mm-hmm.
So they have business, and they've been doing it for 30 plus years. And so in the very beginning, I was 6 years old. They were sort of in the beginning stages. It had been already a few years, but they were in the beginning stages. And they wanted to develop this franchise to sell, you know, the whole packet. And so they hired this architect, and this architect comes to do the final presentation. And so he's doing the presentation, and he pulls out this 3D model, and it has like a little dome and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess 3D renderings weren't a thing then, but he just like pulls out and he starts walking. And I remember like he's just walking us through, you know, what everything, like the students and who's gonna use the place he's gonna do. And I'm just mesmerized, and I'm thinking, I want to be him one day. Like, this is it. Like, forget being in the family business. Like, I don't know about that, but like that, what he's doing, I want to do that. I want to walk people through it. And then, like, I have memories of me then running through the halls of what at one point was a 3D model.
Gotcha.
You know, like, it was just like those two connections. And then I thought, like, I was mesmerized at that moment, thinking like, wow, oh my God, he created this, like out of nowhere. And then running through it as an actual building as a kid, and like seeing where everything was. And then my parents started traveling from city to city trying to sell these franchises.
Yeah.
And they would carry this model and the plane and everything, and it was just so beautiful.
So much fun.
And so I was like, I'm gonna be him one day, and I have not once changed my mind or thought of doing something else. It was a decision made.
Tell me, how old were you when you told me the story about your brother was born and you went to visit him? How old were you? Was it after?
Oh, no, I wasn't visiting my brother. So, yeah, I was 8. So we're
so
3.
It's been 2 years.
We're 3.
Okay.
Dad is bringing me and my sister into the room. Because, you know, like after the C-section or whatever, they move them to a room and all that.
So mom can rest.
So mom, yeah. And so then he's bringing me and my sister in to like introduce us to our new baby brother. And so, you know, they open the door, and my sister, and I don't have a memory of this at all, but like there's a video, which I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yes, please.
Whoever, I don't even know who's recording, but somebody's recording, and my mom, you know, is in the bed, and she's holding my brother, and my dad's like, girls, come on in, come meet your brother. And you see my sister like running straight to seeing my brother, and then like I walk in and I pause, and I'm just going like this, and my dad's like, Natalia, like come meet your brother, And I'm like, Dad, this wallpaper is great. Like, it was one of those like, you know, trend
back in the
kind
80s.
of like vans.
Yes. That everything was painted, and
then
the
you
trim
have like
was
a
wallpaper.
trim wallpaper.
It was like yesterday. It was yesterday.
And I was like, this wallpaper is crooked. Like, look how it is. And my dad's like, okay, but like,
What
come meet your brother. And I'm like, well, somebody has to know about this. Is somebody aware of this situation? So like we watched it, I don't know, like 2-3 years ago, and like, you know, my dad's like, let's watch this video when Paulo was born, and then we were all like sitting there, and then they're like, oh my god, look at you.
Yeah, like everybody realized, oh my god, this was for real. Like you've been at this since like forever.
I started practicing my 1/8 of an inch eye, like.
Yes, you do have laser eyes. I'm telling you. And let's just jump all the way to high school, and because baby Natalia just did so much to further her career when she was 8, but like now that you start getting older and your mind starts developing and you really are taking the decision, then you get to junior high, and all that is basically basic education. So in high school, there is ways for you to start moving forward in the real world.
Yeah, I was studying AutoCAD probably junior year. So this is junior year, and you know, we have a final project or presentation that we have to show. But you had to develop construction drawings for it and a 3D model and all that. And so I did, and then I went to Kinko's to print it. I'm printing my final presentation at Kinko's and like putting it together. They have these like big tables and I'm putting it together and all that. And this man, I can see him just kind of looking at me. And I mean, I don't think Michael has social media, but if you do, it's true. You're like, and he's very tall, and he's like a Texan through and through. So imagine like a true big Texan man, you know, cowboy boots, the mustache, like it curls up, you know, the hat, everything. He's tall. I mean, I couldn't like even process whether he was like a nice guy or not. All I know is like this man is like staring at me, and I'm over here like cutting and putting things together. Anyways, I'm going to my car, and I'm putting on my projects and all that, and then in the front seat I have like this briefcase, like big briefcase with all the plans, and he like knocks on the glass, and I'm like, okay. I just like roll down the window, or like not roll, but like, you know what, you supposed to roll? But anyways, you press it, and like I'm like, yes, like what do you want? And he's like, who did those for you? And I said,